So good evening, all. Good evening to those that are joining. This is an excellent time to like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, all of those good things, depending on which one of our platforms that you are watching us on this evening. I am Dr. Felicia, and we are getting ready to start shortly with our topic, why your attempts at meal prepping for weight loss failed. Thank you so much for your kind comments. Also, if you want to tag anyone in the comments that may benefit from our discussion this evening, feel free to do so. Of course, the more the merrier. We want more people to be a part of our community so that we can help more people as we journey towards health and wellness. So this is really all about community. Community is so, so important in life and pretty much anything that you want to do. So for self-improvement, for business, for like personal development, for meeting your health and wellness goals, community is very, very important. So once again, we will be getting started shortly. I'm just going to give it maybe another minute or two for any additional persons that want to jump into the stream. I have a few minutes delayed today. My apologies. And we will be getting started shortly.
All right. I do believe that this is a great time to get going. So let's dive in. So, for those of you that may not be familiar with me, I am Dr. Felicia, physiotherapist and certified health coach. I am the proprietor of Adley Physiotherapy over on Mackey Street in the Mackey Street Plaza. I've been in there for the last 5 years and actually in another location for 1 year. So, I'm 6 years into having a brick and mortar private practice. And there I have helped hundreds of patients reach their physiotherapy goals. And now, as a health coach, I do intend to help thousands more people reach their health and wellness goals. So, with that in mind, anything that we discuss in this broadcast is not meant to be taken as medical advice. This is just some general information this evening. I do not know the specifics of anybody's case, and the specifics are important. So I do admonish you that before you make any changes to your eating or movement regimen, that you do go ahead and loop in your primary care physician. Make sure that you get there okay before you make any changes to anything that you do with diet, or movement. All right, you all, let's dive in. I won't keep you long this evening. So let's jump in. So, our topic: why your attempts at meal prepping for weight loss failed. Okay. And let me know if you all have tried any meal prepping before. If you've tried meal prepping before, drop a 1 in the comments. If you have not, then put a 2 in the comments. If you don't know what meal prepping is, then put a 2 in the comments. All right. So, point number 1: why attempts at meal prepping for weight loss would have failed. Number 1, you use the same recipes over and over. So, what happens there? You get some meal boredom. You get tired of eating the same things over and over again. And for some people, there are things that they don't even like. So, let's say they get a pre-prepared meal plan, something that actually is not even tailored to them, right? They just get a meal plan, like something that they went to somebody and this person just copies off the same meal plan for everybody. And they get that meal plan, but there's a ton of stuff on there that they don't like or don't eat, or maybe can't eat, right? And then so what happens is they may gravitate towards just a couple of different recipes, or maybe people look up a recipe online that says, okay, this is a healthy recipe to use for weight loss. But, after they it's kind of like, okay, I've been eating this brown rice and chicken and vegetables. Doesn't that look like it's always what you see when you see a picture of meal prepping? It's like the containers and it's got like rice. My gosh, sometimes it's even white rice. Okay. We know what we think about white anything in our community. Any white food, okay, it usually indicates that it's been bleached, right? And taken out a lot of the nutrients. So we have some better choices that we can make over white rice. But that's a lot of the times what you see. You see white rice and chicken and like some broccoli. And that's the meal prep. But how long can you eat that for lunch and slash or dinner before you get bored? And then it's kind of like, that other food over there that I smell on the way home, the fast food, and my gosh, I don't know how the scent goes so far. And they make it smell wonderful, right? It's not wonderful for you, but they make it smell like it's wonderful and like you want it. You can almost taste it just by smelling it, which coincidentally, the sense of smell actually does start the digestive process. So they're very, very smart. Don't think that that is an accident. But I digress. So this food is going to become unappetizing after you try to have the same thing over and over and over. So you need to like freshen that up like pretty frequently, especially if you are a person that gets bored quickly. So I call it the meal boredom. You get tired of eating the same thing over and over. Some people don't even like leftovers, which is a little bit hard if you're doing meal prep, because then that means you got to cook something fresh every day. You got to make something fresh every day if you don't like leftovers, because meal planning is actually completely like it is based on eating the same meal, a couple of times in a week. It reappears, right? And variety is the spice of life. So who wouldn't get After a while, you get bored with the same old thing, whether it's the same old meals, the same old atmosphere, the same old people. God forbid. But I mean, it happens. We're human beings. Like, it's like you got to shake things up every now and again. It's just not going to cut it with that same like white rice, grilled chicken, and steamed broccoli for months. You're gonna get bored with it, and then you're gonna probably fall into eating something that simply is not conducive towards you reaching your weight loss goals. Okay, so that is point number one: using the same recipes over and over. Best thing you can do is, if you're not like capable yourself or willing or have the time yourself to be going online and seeking out these healthy recipes, then it would be to work with someone, a health coach, a nutritionist, a dietitian, who can like give you something fresh, perhaps even once a month. Okay, and it's good to be checking in. Have someone, you need that accountability partner or buddy. You need someone there who's checking in with you, making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that you're actually meeting the goals because you're taking the appropriate action steps. So someone has to like be there to hold you accountable. Most of us don't have the level of discipline to hold ourselves accountable, for a lot of things, right? Things tend to fall to the wayside. It is simply human nature. But if you have that other person there that's helping you along the way, that makes a big difference, right? So point number two: trying a cookie cutter approach from the internet. Everything is literally not for every body, right? Your actual body. Some people lack certain enzymes in their digestive system and they cannot digest certain things. I use the coffee example a lot. Coffee will have the effect of being a stimulant for some people, and they have the appropriate receptors and everything that can kind of accept the different substances from the coffee and actually have that effect of giving them that boost of energy, almost like that adrenaline. Other people are lacking that, and then coffee just gives them jitters. It's why some people can eat certain things and other people can't. That's where the whole being lactose intolerant comes from, or gluten intolerant. You have all of these different things. Everybody cannot digest certain things. The same approach is not going to work for everyone. So imagine now someone is on the internet and saying, oh, well, this is what worked for me. That does not mean that that is going to be a home run for you. And what can often happen is then it leads to discouragement, because then you're wondering why it's not working for you and it worked for this other person over here. That other person is a whole complete other story from you. Y'all don't even belong in the same book. And it's like you're just trying to take the same approach because it worked for the other person, but that does not mean that it's going to yield the same results for you as an individual. We are all individuals. So something that is personalized to you is really what is best. And again, having someone to work with is going to kind of help you to weed out, hey, what works, what didn't work. Sometimes people need to do things like keep a journal so that you're recognizing when there are patterns, like, okay, I had an upset stomach on this day. Okay, people everybody can't digest everything. Just can't. So these things are important. We see all manner of things and hear all manner of things on the internet. But just remember, keep at the back of your mind, everything isn't for everybody. Okay. And the same nutritional approach cannot possibly work for every single person on this planet. Point number three, the third reason why the attempts at meal prepping for weight loss fail: not incorporating exercise and other lifestyle changes. This happens to people. They kind of hear that, okay, well, the what I eat matters more than whether I exercise or not. Both are important. It's not necessarily that, okay, well, if I just eat healthy, that's going to be enough. It's definitely going to be a big part of it, but wouldn't it accelerate it if you put some exercise in with that? And then also consider that, physical wellness, we always talk about our 8 pillars of wellness. Physical wellness is just one. So just eating right, but then not having your mind right. So not having that mental wellness, not having your emotions in check or in order, not allowing yourself to really fully feel and experience things and process emotional wellness. That's all overlap, because if your emotional wellness is not together, then here comes some emotional eating. You may turn to food to help and soothe those emotions, right? Or you may not be up to get out and exercise because your mental wellness is just all over, right? It's all over the place. And then you don't feel like maybe even coming outside. Like you don't feel like getting in your car to go to the gym. You just don't feel like it. And then doesn't that also have the effect on the weight loss, right? So you are a whole person. Remember that. So just eating, meal prepping and eating protein and protein and veggies and it's good, but that's not the only thing to consider, right? And also these pictures of meal prepping, aren't they quite, they're quite misleading, aren't they? Because you, like I said, you always see like this whole big mess of like white rice, this protein, and then like the steamed vegetables. But in reality, the steamed vegetables should be a much larger. Your leafy greens and your grains and your veggies should actually be in much larger proportion than they usually are in those pictures. And the starchy carbs should actually be much less, a much less proportion. So like, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Number 4, getting overly obsessed with the numbers on the scale. So I would say, especially when this leads to a person becoming discouraged because maybe they don't see the numbers start to move down right away. Don't be so obsessed with it. I tell persons to monitor and to measure, definitely, and don't only do the weight. That's not the only measure of whether you are losing, right? So don't just worry about the pounds. You want to also be thinking about, you could take your measurements in inches at certain points as well. Over the belly button is a very good predictor for how many inches a person should be taking off of their waist. It indicates how healthy that person is, and then they know where they need to go from there. So even just that measurement in inches over the waist, that one is a very good predictor as well. So that's good to do. You could, if you want to do other measurements as well, if you're like concerned about the circumference of the thighs and the arms around your biceps and triceps, keep track of those things. Don't get obsessed with them and don't let them discourage you. Still look out for things like, hey, are my clothes getting looser? That kind of thing. It's really, really important. So let's see. Number 5, giving up too fast. And this is a big one. This happens to, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people worldwide, because this is why then weight loss is like it's like a hamster wheel, and fat dieting and people's weights yo-yos up and down. Some people give up, like, or they see some success and then, they fall off the wagon and they get discouraged and the weight comes back on. Or they lose some weight, but they don't get down to their goal and then they just give up on that altogether and put that weight back. There are so many different things that can happen to discourage a person when they're on a weight loss journey, a wellness journey, or really any sort of journey throughout life. So just, we have to all find a way to like kind of push ourselves and keep going. And yes, don't be discouraged if that weight loss is indeed not instant. It does take time. We have a lot of like persons making claims out there like lose 50 pounds in a month with this program. However, if we check with those same persons, let's just say they do, there are some persons that do lose that amount of weight in a month. But if we look at them in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months down the line, do they still have that 50 pounds off? Or is it back? Maybe and then some. Okay. So remember that slow and steady weight loss is healthiest because you're trying to build a lifestyle, not just an abrupt weight loss that just doesn't end up being sustainable. All right. You all, that is my presentation this evening. If you have any questions at this time, please feel free to drop them in the comments or even in the question queue. Hello, Squeaky Clean 123. And hello, Bahama Vegan. Oh, Bahama Vegan, I was telling somebody about your cookies. Your cookies the other over the weekend. I was telling somebody about it. And you all, when you want a treat, because it's okay to have a treat, don't forget the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you're eating healthy, nutritious, good food, good food to your body, but you have a little wiggle there to have the things still that you like. I like cookies, okay? I can admit that. I like cookies. Now, I don't overindulge in cookies, but do I eat cookies sometimes? Yeah. I don't eat them every day, but I do eat cookies, and when I eat them, I enjoy them. Okay? But it's moderation, not deprivation. Okay, so that's also something that we live by over here in our community. All right, just a few announcements. As per usual, the concierge PT service is available for those that may need a competent and caring therapist to come out to their home and deliver therapy service to them in the comfort and safety of their own environment, or perhaps to a loved one that has a difficulty in getting out physically to the physiotherapy clinic. And let's see here. Just go ahead and send me a DM if you need to set an appointment. And let's see. Also, we've got one more live stream for the year. So I will live stream next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we are going on break for holiday, for the Christmas holiday. I will more than likely still be in the stories quite a bit. So be sure that you catch me there and we will continue to interact. And you can still comment under my posts and leave me love there. I will definitely respond. Okay, so we're going to catch a little bit of a holiday break. We're going on Christmas break. And let's see. We're going on Christmas break, and then we are going to bounce back in January. And you're going to hear about more of the changes that we have coming forward. The live stream format is going to be changing. So definitely, I want you to stay tuned for that. And I will release more details in January. Yes, let me get into a little bit of information about Meal Prep Academy. So if you've been following our social pages, you would have seen the posts we've been making and the reels about our Meal Prep Academy that is coming up. So this is a digital course. This course is going to be delivered live in the new year. So in 2023, however, it is available for pre-sale to only 10 persons right now. I've opened up 10 spots for pre-sale for persons that would be the founding members of Meal Prep Academy. This is my first digital course. First of many, I'm sure. It's my first course. It is going to be awesome. And it's available for persons that just 10 spots I'm opening for people that want to get in now at the special introductory price. Those persons will also have the opportunity to help and shape what goes into the course as it is being developed. So that's a pretty exciting feature right there. So you don't just come in on the back end and take it as it is. You actually get to say, well, oh, this would actually be really helpful if this was in there, right? And that is what we are seeking to do. 10 spots only. When those 10 spots are gone, that is it. This introductory price is not coming back. So when this course is launched in 2023, it is going to be launched at the full price. Okay, so Let's see what else. The classes are going to, or lessons are going to be live. There should be at least one live meal prepping class, okay, which is going to be exciting for persons that actually don't know how to meal prep. Okay, we are going to also talk about some meal planning because meal planning goes hand in hand with meal prepping. So, this course is going to be to actually teach you how to do it, okay, so that you can be successful in making lifestyle change. And of course, the replays are going to be made available in the special members area. You also are going to have PDF downloads to support you as you move through the course so that you can end it successfully. And there will be a private community available also. And the deadline for the pre-sale is this Sunday, December 11th at 11:59 p.m. That is it. So for anybody that is interested in getting in on this, then you will want to go to the link in the bio and you're going to tap the first button and it's going to take you to where you can purchase the course on pre-sale. Now, I did see a question earlier and Rain is asking, does the program have a varied amount of meals? I need you to clarify that for me based on what I just said. Let me know if I've already answered that and if that is making a little more sense now. Bahama Vig says, congratulations. Thank you very much. Let's see. And Ask Victoria 1 says that she needs this. We could all use this. I was riding home today and I was, it's a lot, y'all, to think about. Well, what am I going to eat today? And what am I going to eat tomorrow? And what am I going to have for lunch? It's almost a full-time job if you haven't thought it out ahead of time. And if you throw in the mix, for people that have a family, like sometimes I don't even know how women with families even do it all. Like, I just don't even know. Like, I don't have that extra like layer on top of. I'm a businesswoman, and that even in and of itself for me, like that is a lot. So let's see, I have the link here up on, I have the, I'm going to put the link here in the comments for those on Facebook so that it will hyperlink and you would just be able to click on it and it would go right over for those of you on, so that should hyperlink. For those of you that are on Instagram, click the link in the bio, tap the first button, and it's going to be right there. It's going to take you straight over to the page where you can read a little bit more about it. And then if you choose, you click the button, get those credit cards ready. Do. Okay. We accept PayPal and all major credit cards accepted here. All right. So, okay, Rain says that I did indeed answer her question. Well, you all, with that, if I don't see any further questions coming up, then I am going to get ready to sign off, you all. So, this is Dr. Felicia here signing off for the evening, making the world healthier, one woman at a time. Bye.